Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is a History Police video and this time we're reviewing a clip of the White Princess TV show. This clip makes me boil and we're gonna go right into it of why it makes me boil. So it's the portrayal and the presentation of Margaret Beaufort. Just for you need to know that Margaret Beaufort has suffered such a bad reputation, mostly because she's a woman who had a voice, who had some influence, and who had power, and who really defended her son's interest, Henry VII, Henry Tudor. And what I hate is all the bad, the evil kind of reputation and this black legend around her. And that, in many ways you can compare what happened with Catherine of Medici. And each time that a woman tried to defend her son's interest on the throne, tried to defend her family's interest, she's portrayed as evil. This scene is very hard to watch, but we have to watch it. We have to get to the bottom of it. We also have to discuss why the way they did it can be seen as good, but why ultimately it isn't. So this is a scene where Margaret Beaufort discusses the fact that princes of the Tower have been killed and one of them got away. Let's discuss it.
The princes, one of them got away.
Got away?
Elizabeth told my physician, Dr. Lewis, years ago.
So here she's talking about Elizabeth Woodville, the mother of the princes, like the two princes that are gonna vanish from the Tower of London. We don't really know what happened to them. The main theory is that they've been killed. We don't know really by whom. Others are gonna say that they escaped and that they survived, and then they come back with, the pretenders. So they come back and they are saying that they are the princes of the Tower, that they are here to regain their throne. So here she's saying, Elizabeth told my physician, so Elizabeth Woodville, the mother.
She said, if you had two precious jewels, would you put them in the same box?
I love that. I love the fact that here we're defending the fact that something happened that would get into the theory that one of them would have gone away.
Don't you see? She swapped one of the princes. What she said is true.
So what I like here, in terms of because it's a mystery, I think the historical fiction here, you're absolutely allowed to give your opinion, to create a scenario, right? What's kind of annoying, though, about it is the fact that obviously here we have Margaret Beaufort being very evil. Here we have Elizabeth Woodville as well, swapping one of her. So she would have chosen one of her kids, one of her sons. She would swap one. As if they would not have been recognizable when they went to the Tower. As if people who were in charge of the Tower, who were in power, Richard III, didn't know the faces of his nephews, 12 and 9. So here, this idea that Elizabeth would have swapped one and this one would have gotten away, and then come back. I don't know what you think. But for me, it's what are you on about? Literally, what are you on about?
Got away. From what? Margaret? From who? From a murderer?
It is not murder if it is God's will.
Oh gosh. And it's where now we play with the fact that Margaret Beaufort might have been the one ordering the murder of the two princes. And here the reply, it's not murder if it's God's will. We just go into the dark legend of Margaret Beaufort.
It was you.
No,
You killed them.
I did not.
You ordered it.
I cannot know for certain if it was carried out. They were Yorks.
They were children.
And here the fact that they were Yorks. As if, yes, there's a big war between the Yorks Yorks and the Lancasters, and she's a Lancaster. But what we forget is that actually Margaret Beaufort had developed a friendship with Elizabeth Woodville. Do you really think she would have tried to kill the children of her friend? That makes no sense. And the fact that they play with this is quite awful. And it's quite disrespectful as well for the memory of Margaret Beaufort.
God's will.
God's will! There is no divinity in this.
Will you tell him?
I must think.
So here in that show, it is so problematic. There are so many things that are not working, but this line, this kind of storyline, the fact that we put the blame on Margaret Beaufort is for me absolutely not working. And it's not working mostly because people, and you know what I'm talking about, will believe to defend Richard III. Well, I don't also think that we can say he was obviously the murderer. We have no evidence, right? So I don't believe that he did it because we can't prove it. And I think it's awful that he's been accused of it. But it is also awful for Margaret Beaufort to be accused of something that she's never done. That she would have never done. That we have this vilified portrayal of Margaret Beaufort in a very popular TV show. The acting is remarkable. But gosh, this is so awful to watch. Which is like, it's God's will and trying to defend herself. She would not have done it. And in my opinion, because they go with that storyline in that show, this is one of the worst portrayals of Margaret Beaufort. Not in terms of acting, because I think the actress is phenomenal. And some of her parts and her lines in the script are so good and so strong. But that scene, when they decided to make her the villain, no, this is not good. This is not good enough. Margaret Beaufort did not kill the Princess of the Tower. The chances that she did are so slim. It was not in her interest to do it. And people are like, yes, but it was to defend Henry, her son Henry. Regardless, as he said, they were children. And I don't think Margaret Beaufort had it in her to do something so monstrous. Let me know in the comments what you think about that scene, but also what you think about the portrayal of Margaret Beaufort in The White Princess. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!